come take a look through the orange lens, my friends. How you doing, folks? Use your force. Positive mental attitude, you know how we do, right? It's not fake it till we make it. It's grow until we flow round here, isn't it? Balance, baby. So, man, I can't believe D.m.x died. I was gutted yesterday. I heard about a couple of things, but D.m.x died, and I was really, I felt that, I sort of feel like, him and Tupac had a similar sort of like that philosopher about them, They said things in their lyrics that would make you think. They didn't feel the songs with them. Maybe that's something I need to learn from. But they really did. And both of them is a loss to humanity. But thankfully, they left a legacy in music, right? You go and listen to Tupac's stuff. Brenda's Got a Baby, Changes, God, all sorts, then you've got things like, what is it, the one he done with Dre, California, fucking bumping tune. Ain't no meaning in that at all, other than shake your ass and have fun, which is great, right? I want to shake my ass and have fun. I just don't like the fact that the whole of like our consumption stream is bombarded with that on purpose by the industries, right? Which is understandable because they're a part of a larger system that wants to keep going, but it's falling apart. Hence, like, if you look at the underground, if you look at the rap that's coming through, if you look at messages that are coming in music, it's Viva la Revolution, baby. So anyway, I just wanted to put some respect on D.m.x's name. I don't know his life. I don't know who he was off the mic. He could have been all types of things. We never know these things, right? Because back then they didn't have the means to like share so much of their life, right? So they could have, anyone could have been an arsehole and got away with it, right? But we have so much interaction these days that it's harder to hide your inner arsehole, right? So you're either forced to work on it or not, and if not, then it's likely to consume a larger part of you. Not all of you, obviously, but for some people it does. Anyway, respect on D.m.x, just for the lyrics he put in his music. And I've seen a few interviews and stuff around him, and he definitely seems like a bit of a troubled soul, which I think most, when you go to these levels of depths of sort of like, when I said like he had this like philosopher aspect, there's this deep thinking, not overthinking. It's contemplation, it's reflection, right? And that shit's to be treasured. Anyway, I've got some notes. Today I'm performing live. I had a message from the studio manager today, and the band that were going in were late, so he asked me if I could start late and finish later, which is fine by me. So I'm actually going to be performing at about 6 o'clock, not 5 o'clock. But again, I'm going to chuck out some mornings because, why wouldn't you? So today I wanted to say, other than respect to D.m.x, was I do take... You thought I was going to Bitcoin you, didn't you? Oh, well, I'll be there. Bitcoin! I do take my orange lenses off. Like, I don't live in conspiracy. I don't live in paranoia. And I don't live in anxiety. Sure, I can feel paranoid. Sure, I can feel anxious. I can feel fear. I can feel anger and rage. And I can feel contentment. I don't like staying there. I can feel elated, joy, calm, Feelings are there to be felt, not suppressed. It's just I believe everything's there to be understood, right? But I don't live in any one state, right? So I take my orange lenses off. I don't wear them all the time. Like meditation is handy, but we don't need to do it all the time. So what I'm saying is that staying in one state is limiting to growth and experience. So if we, like, there's these old teachings of the like Buddhists who would go out into the forest and they'd stay there like day and night and months and months and months just on their own, deep in meditation. But you know what many of them get to is the fact that life isn't about just doing that, sitting still in the middle of a forest. That's not life. Life is experience, and there's a wealth of it, right? So it's what we're going to actually achieve from the action, you know, and therefore how much do we need to do that action? What are you looking to gain? Why? And then action, right? You know, yeah, keep it as simple as that for that. What is the purpose of meditation? What's the purpose of meditation for you? Feel free to drop your response in the comments, right? You can tippity tap that like button. You can share it. I've got no qualms with you sharing my stuff, right? You can subscribe, keep me over 1,000 subscribers so I can do my live feeding of music like I'm going to do this afternoon, and my live Sundays, which, you know, who wants to stop that? So yeah, but in the description, in the comments, please leave one. Tons of links in the description. Honestly, I'm like, if I think there's anything of worth these days, I'm putting it on this link and it's going with all my videos. So you can learn. You just got to tap the old description button right there with the title on it. You just tap that little like button, it pops down and all them links. Loads of learning. You know, our music's in there. You can go and support it if you like. I've got no problem with that either. So what is the purpose of meditation? Right, that's the question. What is the purpose of meditation for you? What do you seek from meditation? Right, for me, I'm just going to read here what I wrote and then we'll just unpack that. So for me, it's about taking time to center my energies, or for empowerment, or even for contemplation. I rarely ask questions in that space, however, sometimes I do find answers. So, like, I rarely go into meditation looking for answers. So rare. So rare. I rarely ask for answers. I'm given them. I've got questions that don't need I want to say I've got questions that don't need an answer. I've got curiosity, but it's not the be all and end all, right? Because, you know, curiosity killed the cat only because it let it consume it, right? So don't let consumerism be the ruling force. So yeah, there's, for centering my energies, you know, sometimes I'm going into a meditation with the intention of just bringing calm to me, feeling whatever's there, and just letting it come to calm, just come into a center place, There's too much like, I'm like, no, you're good, man. I'll just focus into my breathing, right? And I'm just like, and once I get locked into focusing into my breathing, which is fairly quick, I like to sit for a moment and just sort of be, right? Sometimes something might come to you in that moment that can be important to you, and maybe it won't, but it's good to, I find it just good to sit for a moment, let myself sort of relax. I'm like, okay, you know, I try to let my mind relax, like if you imagine your brain was a muscle, just letting it relax and just, you know, and then I'll start to focus on the breathing, in, out, and I'll say in as I go in and out as I go out. And voices, things might try and come in, and I grab that part of the the vein, the brain, you know, the voice, and I like, so it would be like in, and then where something else would try and happen, I'd pull that to say in as well, until everything is just saying in, out, and then I let that in, out fade out, and at that point I'm normally sort of in a very, very calm place, and it's almost like a, you know, it would be like you were just looking through your skin. It's like an opaque, sort of maybe orangey type of glow. Anyway, so this centering my energies, empowerment. You know, if I want to use some type of visualization to empower me, I do that. There's lots of levels on that. You should look into visualization, or ask me about it, or even tell me about it in the comments. I rarely ask questions in that space, however sometimes I do find answers. That is important. I hear, like, everybody uses meditation for what they like, and you should definitely tell me about your ways and what you use it for. I just don't really think looking for answers is necessarily the way in life, like in general. I believe that questions can create answers, but I don't feel the answer is as important as the question. I do feel that. I do believe the question is more important. So what have we gone on to written here? I know I downplay the spiritual delivery in my content, but it is important to me in a big way. My connection to myself, the world around me, is possibly the strongest force I have above anything else. One of the reasons I downplay the spiritual aspect is that, to me, if we can address our ego going into the more spiritual aspects of development, then I feel we can achieve more without the ego permanently firing up, looking for attention. So, in short, I believe that self-development, precursor to spirituality, enables a wider, faster, quicker growth in spirituality. I don't know 100%, right? I'm not the definitive answer. These are my views, how I feel about things, right? Because the ego, I believe, if you haven't learned to quieten your mind, to get it under control, to be able to tell a thought pattern that it is not allowed to continue, and it ceases. So, and I believe pre that state, I always feel there's this danger of the ego playing more of a role than the spiritual. And it's something I permanently check myself on, you know, because I'm not looking to destroy my ego. I like to use it. I'm performing this afternoon. So, you know, I like showboating. I like, you know, speaking out. I've got no qualm with attention. I've got no qualm with quiet and no attention either, though. So, you know, so I do believe that spirituality is important. Connection to, like, this is why I talk about the waves, and, you know, I know I do, you know, say, but I try to avoid a lot of, you know, mainstream spiritual stuff, because I believe it's a personal journey within each of us. You know, like when a friend was trying to convert me to the church, and he just asked me to read something from the Bible. He handed me a Bible and just said, look, just flick it until you feel to stop it, point at a page, read. That message will be for you. And the message said that you do not need to, and I'm pretty sure it was like along the lines of, you do not need to, nor should you praise in public. The connection is a personal one, deep within inside. You know, you do not need to gather in public places to praise, to give praise, right? To give thanks to the world, to the birds, to the earth, to the waves, to the sky, to the clouds, to the sun and the moon. Right? These things are part of our life, and they should be respected. So, my friends, we're up on that time. I hope you have a good day. Hope to see some of you this evening at 6 o'clock, live on my YouTube. If not, there's no bad vibes for me. I'm just doing my thing, so use the force. positive mental attitude. Be calm in your thoughts to yourselves like you would for others. Keep loving your hearts for yourselves like you would for others. Peace.